Hello and welcome back to Nekopon Gaming. This is Nekopon and it has been a hot minute since I've done a SINoALICE video. It feels really nice to be here again, and in just 3 days we'll be getting the new collab with SINoALICE and Rozen Maiden. I don't know about you, but I love it. I am a big fan of Rozen Maiden myself. I read the manga and watched the anime as they both came out, but I really shouldn't say that because it does age me. With that said, this is a pretty old IP, so I'd imagine a lot of SINoALICE players won't actually know what Rozen Maiden is, but at least I can tell you I think the character designs are really elegant and beautiful. Today we're going to spend a moment to take a look at the classes and characters JP got in this collaboration. Of course, there's a ton of spoilers in this video, so please take this as a spoiler alert. Okay, so JP got the collaboration last year in 2020 in October. As such, this set of classes and weapons actually showed up very late in the lifetime of their game, so we should be expecting a pretty large nerf when it appears in Global. The collab came out 3 years into JP's life cycle, and Global hasn't even reached 1 year yet. Regardless, it will come full of classes and new events to play, so even if it turns out the weapons aren't that great, you can save those Twilight Crystals for some upcoming events. Some things we're still looking forward to right now are Near Replicant Redux event, where I'm really hoping for the shooting gallery to come back. And then there's also some sort of 1 year anniversary event, which I'm sure PokeLabo is going to make a big event out of. And then there is summer, and I'm expecting to see some summer classes come out from that. With so much going on, let's keep in mind to avoid rolling on lukewarm weapons. Again, before we start, this is what happened in JP, and everything is subjected and will probably change for the global release. Today's video is just a frame of reference of what is to come in the next few days. The total number of classes in this event is 6. They are Sorcerer, Breaker, Cleric, Mage, Paladin, and a paid Minstrel. Apologies to the Crushers and Gunners, but you guys still will have new weapons to look forward to. Alright, so your free class in this event is the red poster child of Rozen Maiden. Her name is Shinku. Shinku is a sorcerer. The total stats for Shinku at level 14 is 50 in magical defense, magical attack, and physical attack. She also came with 300 HP and cost plus 2. I don't think this one will change very much in global, especially the cost plus 2 part. Shinku's book is an 18 cost fire tome with incantation of submission 3, which reduces the physical defense and magical defense of 1 to 2 enemies by a great amount. It also comes with support boon 1. Basically, it's identical to the intent of Lingwar in terms of skills. This one's actually an 18 cost book, so it's actually on par with what Global has right now, and shouldn't need any tweaking unless PokeLabo is feeling like they want to put in extra work into changing this. As usual in collabs, the classes are in 2 separate banners. We also have the return of the ticket gacha system, where if you pull enough times in the gacha banner, you can get a ticket to roll on guaranteed SR weapon in this ticket gacha. In JP, you only need to do 3 rounds to get a ticket. So all of the gacha weapons are cost 21, which is higher than what we have in Global. I'm expecting us to get cost 18 weapons like we did in the Ray Zero and the Slime collabs. For a frame of reference, in the worldwide release of Slime collaboration in February, JP got a cost 21 Rimuru spellbook and ours was cost 18. And the total points of the weapon were about 0.82 times difference, so I guess simply put, you can expect the total points of the weapons to be about 20% less than they were from JP with adjusted cost. The first tale features Suigintou and Hinaichigo, a Breaker and Cleric class respectively. Suigintou's class at level 14 gives a massive 1250 physical defense and 100 physical attack, and 300 HP. Of course, she comes with her sword, Suigintou's sword, which is a 21 cost fire sword with a total points of 8139, roughly 6674 if adjusted to 18 cost. The primary skill is one that we don't have in Global yet, and it deals massive physical damage to one enemy and increase their own physical attack and physical defense by a small amount. The support skill is Dauntless Courage 3, which definitely we will not have yet. Hinaichigo's Cleric class at level 14 provides 650 magical defense, 650 physical defense, and 600 HP. All that defense is definitely useful for a Cleric, and since Suigintou also comes with a bunch of defense, I'd imagine this banner is actually really great for Clerics in general. The Hinaichigo staff is a 21 cost fire staff with a total points of 8134, roughly 6670 if adjusted to 18 cost. It has Breath of Protection 4 that heals 2 allies by a great amount and increases their physical defense by a small amount. The Colosseum skill is Angel's Death Rattle 4, heals 2 allies by a great amount of HP. Between the start of Colosseum and 5 minutes before it ends, recover 10 SP with every use. And then the support skill is Recovery Support 3. Again, this staff is full of skills we don't have yet. We have things like Breath of Protection and Angel's Death Rattle, but they don't go to level 4, so it'd be nice if we got the same skills for Global, but only if the skills were lowered to like 3 or something like that. I really hope they don't nerf the staff like they did with Emilia's staff, where it was a 2-target staff and then they turned it to 1 to 2 target staff in Global, which just made it so much worse. The other 2 weapons on this banner without a class are a hammer and a tome. The Great Hammer of Deceit is a 21 cost fire hammer with a total points of 8141, roughly 6676 if adjusted to 18 cost. It has a primary skill that we don't have yet in Global again, and it deals great physical damage to 1 to 3 enemies. And the Colosseum support skill is Dauntless Courage 3. We also have the Tome, which is called Unlocking the Forbidden Book, and remember all these names will probably change for Global. 21 cost, you guessed it, Fire Tome, with a total cost of 8125, which will roughly mean 6673 if adjusted to 18 cost. It has Incantation of Breaking 3, which is the same as the Ray 0 Tome. Reduces the physical attack and magical defense of 1 to 2 enemies by a great amount. Then the Kala skill is one that we don't have yet, but basically it does the same thing as Incantation of Breaking, but increases the effects of it at the last 5 minutes of Colosseum. The Colosseum skill is Assistant Support 3, fixed chance to greatly increase support effects while providing backup. I don't think they really need to change the skills on this tome. Maybe they would change it to just be Incantation of Breaking for both the story and Colosseum skill so it doesn't have the 5-minute effect. And of course change the support skill to Support Boon 2 or something like that. If they only made those changes, this tome would be pretty nice to have depending on your team's needs. Onto the second tail banner, this one features the Gardening Twins Suiseiseki and Souseiseki. They are a Mage and Paladin class respectively. Suiseiseki's class is a Mage and at level 14 gives just a pure 1500 magical attack, which is just insane. She's also one of the more popular Rozen Maidens, I think, because of her luxurious massive curls and timid behavior. Of course, she comes with her watering can, a 21 cost fire artifact with a total points of 8116, roughly 6655 if adjusted to 18 cost. The primary skill is one we don't have yet in Global. It deals great magical damage to 1 to 2 enemies and increase your own physical defense and magical defense by a small amount. It also has a Hollow support skill of Dauntless Courage 3. I'm not surprised she ended up being a mage. I can't imagine her beloved watering can becoming any other type of weapon. It's like if the design is not obviously a book or a weapon, it's automatically an artifact. Next, we have Souseiseki, the younger twin, and she is a paladin. Her class at level 14 provides 1250 magical attack, 100 magical defense, and 300 HP. She comes with her scissors, which is a 21 cost fire polearm with a total points of 8148, roughly 6680 if adjusted to 18 cost. The primary skill is one that we don't have in Global yet, and it deals great magical damage to 1 to 2 enemies and increased power when allies nightmare. The bell sounds a wildfire is active. The bell sounds of wildfire are on nightmares like UFO and Rikone. Colosseum support skill is Dauntless Courage 3. And of course, on top of the 2 class weapons, we also have 2 non-class weapons. In the second Tails banner, we have an instrument and a gun. The instrument is called Gem Country's Flute. That is a 21 cost fire instrument with a total points of 8133, or roughly 6670 if adjusted for cost 18. The story skill is a Passion of the Gladiator 3, increases the physical attack and magical defense of 1 to 2 allies by a great amount. Again, this one is the same skill as the instrument from the Ray 0 collab. And the Colosseum skill is one that we don't have yet. It's basically the same thing as the Passion of the Gladiator, but with increased skill effects in the last 5 minutes. Colosseum support skill is Assistant Support 3, and with this instrument I feel the same way as I did with the Tome from the last banner. If we could keep the Passion of the Gladiator on both the story and Colosseum skill, and maybe reduce the support skill to Support Boon 2, I'd be pretty happy with this weapon. Let's hope this one doesn't get nerfed too much. I feel the Minstrels kind of got shafted again on the classes. I mean, there's a Minstrel this time, but it's paid, so that's kind of pricey. The last weapon is the Lion's Sturdy Bow. This one is a 21 cost fire gun with a total points of 8132, roughly 6668 if adjusted to 18 cost. It's got again a skill that we don't have yet. This one deals massive magical damage to one enemy and increased power to allies. Nightmare, the bell sounds a wildfire again when it's active, and the support skill is Dauntless Courage 3. So it looks like all the weapons have the fan favorite support skills: Dauntless Courage, Recover Support, or Support Boon / Assistance Support. I really hope that they keep these support skills for us to enjoy in the global release. Before we close out the classes and weapons, we also have to talk about Kanaria, the paid minstrel class. Much like the paid ogre class from the Slime collaboration, you can also purchase her arcanas with real money. At level 14, this class can provide a total of 800 magical attack and 550 physical attack, along with 300 HP. Kanaria's violin is a 20 cost violin, not 21, with a total cost of 8111. The story and Colosseum skills are Champion's Harmony 2, increasing the physical attack and physical defense of 1 to 2 allies by a great amount. And the Colosseum support skill is Support Boon 2. I see little reason for Pokelabo to change this weapon at all, so I do hope we get to retain this violin for those that are willing to pay for it. If it does stay this way, it is a really nice violin. When rolling on these banners, you will be getting rose medals, where you can use them like Medal of Desires to redeem items from the collaboration event. All of the gacha classes, arcanas, and weapons should be available for exchange. If Pokelabo is feeling generous enough, we might even get the arcana bundles this time to combine the level 1 and 2 arcanas for the cheaper cost. Crossing my fingers for this one. That's all I've got to cover today for the collaboration. Since it'll be released on the 21st, I'm sure we'll be getting more information along the way, and I can't wait to see how Global will receive this collaboration. I would love to know what you think about this collab and if you're looking forward to it or maybe something else. Thanks so much for watching, and as usual, please like and subscribe for more SINoALICE content in the future. I'll see you all next time. Bye!